I mean, I didn't even date dudes that had kids. So it was a non-starter for me. Just think, if that's a non-starter, you think that if my husband was to step out and have a baby by someone, we're fucking done. It sounds so bad, but I don't care. Like, I don't care about the fucking baby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about that kid. I'd rather take me and be like, fuck the kid. And I will never see that baby. I will never have any interaction with that kid. And I choose not to. Yeah. And it's not my responsibility to even love that child. And I don't have to. Let's be truthful. The reality is, will I fall out of love with him that fast? No, I'm still gonna. It'll take some time for me to be like, damn, I don't love you anymore. You gotta go through all the emotions. But I never loved the kid.
Drink a little bit
I don't
more,
care.
Probably exercise heavily.
I might want to stab him. I don't know. I won't never do nothing to the baby, but he might have to get a little juke here and there just for me to get out my anger. I'm telling you guys, I'm not well. I am not. I do have a problem with anger. It's a Sagittarius in me.
Welcome to another episode of Not Your Average Auntie's podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Before we jump in, we want to just thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And continue to slap that button, any which one. Subscribe, like, share, because that helps to get this conversation out to the masses. So
yes,
thanks so much.
Very much appreciate it.
And looking to grow, people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we thank you for joining us on this journey.
Yes.
So today, we're talking about reasonable doubt.
Listen, the aunties love this show. We're obviously obsessed.
Yeah.
Because we keep talking about it. So the season finale.
Yes.
The season just ended.
Yes.
It ended well, but sad, but it ended.
No, they did a great, I think, good job, Ty.
The writing is excellent.
The writing is superb. I love the writing on the show.
The playlist is excellent.
Yes.
It's excellent.
I keep saying that.
The storyline is excellent.
Everything is good.
We just love it, right?
Yes.
So
one of the things that we wanted to bring up is, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, you better go back and run it back and stop it.
Yes.
What are you people doing?
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So join in the conversation. But one of the things that they often talked about, on the theme about this, is having a child outside of wedlock. And how Jax, reluctantly, I think she came to a realization that she was going to accept.
Some blame in it, yes.
She loved Lewis enough to accept his mistake. You want to call it a mistake?
It was a mistake.
His indiscretion.
He wasn't intentionally trying to get a kid.
Ultimately, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't intentionally what he went out to do. He didn't intentionally go out to get another woman pregnant.
Yes.
So she chose to forgive him in this mistake and accept this, can't call it a love child, right? Accept this child that was born outside of their marriage. And I don't know if you can say apples to apples of what she did versus what he did. At the end of the day, they both stepped outside of their marriage. I guess the difference was, no, they both were on break when they both did this, right? They both were on break from each other when they both stepped out, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they still were in a marital union and divorce was not on the table, but they both stepped out of their marriage. So with her indiscretion and his indiscretion, out of his became a child. Woman got pregnant. And she chose to forgive this indiscretion and move forward and support him because he is a diehard dad. He was not going to not be a father to this child. And so she chose to support him and be there and be a part of this kid's life.
But I think she supported him because she realized her place and her fault in the whole situation.
Do you think she did it because she felt like, had I not did what I did, that he probably would not have done what he did?
I don't think he would have done,
I'm saying, you think that's why she accepted this? Like, why? Because at the end of the day, could you do that?
Well, they kind of went back and forth with giving flashbacks into how it came to be. So I think there was, to answer your question, I think there was some elements of that where she probably felt like, if I didn't do my thing, he wouldn't did.
None of this would have happened.
I think she was just like, all right, let me own up to it. Now, my question to you guys is, obviously this is fictional, but these types of scenarios do occur.
She's a strong woman.
So it's a deal breaker for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
How about you?
At my age today, I would say yes. And the reason why I talk about today versus when I was younger and in a marriage, because I didn't experience a child outside of my marriage, but I experienced infidelity in my marriage, and I forgave infidelity. So infidelity could potentially have led to a child.
Yes.
And at that time, my mindset, I don't know 100% what I would have done, but I know there's some small part of me that probably been like, I love this man enough to work through this and figure this out. Mm-hmm. That was me then. Mm-hmm. Today, I know absolutely without a doubt, no. The way I am today, the person that I've developed and came to be today, absolutely without a doubt, no.
My issue with the whole thing is, regardless of the fact of who started what, you both stepped out the marriage, but you did not use no protection. And I know it was stated that he only did it because they were both drunk and out their mind.
But the reality, the same thing could have happened with her. She could have gotten pregnant in her indiscretion as well.
That's true too. So it was the responsibility of both parties to be wearing protection at the time because you're married to someone.
Well, you know, contraception is only 99.7%.
Still don't matter. I do a lot.
Damn. She said 99.7 to be exact.
In terms of catching something, you're married to someone, you stepping out, you risk you take, you bringing that back home to someone who had complete trust. Child. Yeah, it's more than that. And that would be the deal breaker for me. Because
the love child or the indiscretion, because that's two different things.
The indiscretion I can probably deal with,
but the same ramifications of the indiscretion is the same of somebody not wearing protection. Mm-hmm. The indiscretion the results of that could still be the same.
Yes, but if you're going to do it, you were supposed to be responsible. And the fact that not only did you fuck with no protection, you created another life.
So that's just another layer
on top of it. So it's like, now I'm supposed to forgive you and have to realize and understand that you got another child out this house. The mother may not like you. She may have known about y'all situation and didn't care. So now a child is in the mix. She's going to use that every chance she get. And you got to deal with the fact that he's going to have to go to birthday parties and outings with his kid, knowing that she
there too, the way she was rolling.
So. Exactly. And that's my girl. Yes. But I personally wouldn't have been able to tolerate that.
Yeah.
Only thing is, as I said, in that situation, she understood her fault in it. And I really believe if it didn't go down the way it did with her, that wouldn't have happened.
I firmly believe that had she not had an indiscretion before his, she would not have accepted that. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think she would have been like, be out, ninja. I'm done.
He actually took a long time before he actually cheated. Think about the time
of that. That's all semantics.
But the way it was portrayed in the show is...
She don't know.
She doesn't know, but I'm speaking on his point.
Yeah.
He took a long while before he actually cheated.
Yeah, timing, it doesn't even matter. You did the deed.
I get,
you know what I'm saying? The deed was done. And I think not a love child, but a child outside of wedlock is further. It's like you can't deny like that deed was done. You can't push it under the rug. Doesn't go away. Nothing. So for me, I don't care. It's a deal breaker. I mean, I didn't even date dudes that had kids. So don't.
I wasn't condoning.
No. What I'm saying is, so me being even younger, and at the time, you know, growing up in the environment I did, there was a lot of other young girls my age that were having babies.
Yeah.
Even at the time when I wasn't. But so suffice it to say that in our generation, there's a lot of guys that had come with kids already. Once I found out you had a kid, I'm done. And that was my mentality back when I was much younger. If I had been in the dating scene now, who knows? I don't know. But I just didn't want to be bothered with that. I wanted to be with someone where we both started a family together.
Especially given that age.
Especially given my age. No, I'm not trying to. So I didn't want to deal with the hassle. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the you got to deal with the baby mama and this one and that. I don't want to deal with it. So that's my preference.
Yes.
Right? So it was a non-starter for me. Just think, if that's a non-starter, you think that if my husband was to step out and have a baby by someone, we're fucking done.
Oh yeah.
We're done. And you know what? This sounds so bad, but I don't care. Like I don't care about the fucking baby. I don't give a fuck about that kid. That's on God. I'm serious.
I mean,
I never agreed
with
that
child.
kid.
The child
Yes.
innocent in the situation.
Yeah.
The child didn't ask for none of this shit.
So sorry.
But at the end of the day, like, you have a right. You have a right not to care. You have a right not to deal.
No. And
that's
even
all
now,
within
if we
your
did
right.
it right now today, if he came home and told me this is what it is, okay, no problem. Let's figure out how we dividing this shit up because I'm done. I'm not. First of all, at my age, I'm not even fucking watching. Fuck your baby.
Well, at the end of the day,
no way.
You already said you done wash your hands. You got your shit and go.
Exactly.
So you don't have to worry about dealing with this child. But the person who do decide to forgive the indiscretion and decides to stay, they can't have that mentality of fuck that kid. I don't want nothing to do with that kid.
Yeah, it can't be like that.
You've now
Correct.
accepted him
Correct.
and his indiscretion, and now you have to accept this child.
So that's why I say, and I'm gonna be bold enough to say F that baby, because I really don't care. Like, full stop.
Yeah.
So, but I know a lot of women like, oh my God, that's so hard, because just like, the baby's innocent. Truthfully, yes, the baby's innocent.
Innocent,
And that's okay. I don't got nothing to do with that kid.
I mean, I still stand on the baby's innocent. But
the baby is innocent. I just
once
don't care about
told
it.
him to leave and we're done, I don't have to care.
So that's number one. But also, too, if you're one of those women that, and I'm speaking to the women out there that will definitely go against what I'm saying. Oh my God, you're saying something so bad. If you're one of those women like, oh my gosh, I love him, I'm going to stick it through, then you better fucking stick it through 150%. And know that you got 18 years of that shit.
Yeah.
With the parties. The code, the blending of the families, all that shit. You better be prepared to do it.
Families,
you better be prepared, and if you can do it, then fine. I'm just saying I can't.
No, and explaining to your children,
explaining to your kid,
be ready to explain to the children that's already exist within you.
That is correct. That is correct.
Father or mother, whoever had the indiscretion and brought another child into this family unit, explain to those children and help them cope and do all the necessary.
You better help. You better do all that. Yes,
to make it work. But, there's a financial ramification
all of
behind
that.
So there's so many things. Like,
you got to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And I'm just...
Because you'll want... let's just say the scenario went this way. She didn't decide to accept this child. He is still responsible for that child.
That's right.
And the reality is y'all as a married unit, financially, y'all both
and guess what? And that's why... That's another reason why fuck that baby. You think you get my motherfucking
baby.
You think you get my fuck him too. He got to go. You and your fucking fucked up baby and that nappy headed baby mama. Get the fuck on. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And it's sad because I feel
I'm
the
so
same
sorry.
way. I'm so
sorry. All of y'all can get the fuck on. You're not getting none of my hard-earned money.
Not do it, but yes, we're suffering everything.
And that's the main reason. You think you're gonna get?
You will deal with
think
that.
About that.
I'm
paying for that. Baby?
Yeah, I'm not.
Fuck out of here.
None of my money's going towards that.
And
but
you
I will be
not touch
upset.
anything that me and you set up for our kids.
That's
already.
That's the key.
They can't touch that. I already got. That's not
all that. You're
not getting.
You're not signing on anything.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Sign
There's
your
no
rights
way
away.
I'm paying for that baby. I'm so. Just think about it. So that's the thing. Like, for the women that say that have the heart. Look, I'll be the first one to say I do have a big heart in some aspects, but all my shit is measured. And at my age right now, I'm good with how I feel about this, right?
Yep.
So I don't struggle with this decision. When I say F that baby, I fucking mean it. I'm being honest with you. So you're not getting my money.
Nope.
There's no way in hell I'm paying for your outside problem. Every time and the reason why I cannot be loving every time I look at that kid.
Reminder.
And I'm speaking of like if it happened today.
Yeah.
Now all our kids are grown. It could happen.
Let me
if
tell
I
you
have,
something.
there's no fucking way.
I can't even forgive.
Shit
I
outta
can't even
here.
forgive cheating today.
Oh no,
You decide.
we're done.
I've been there. I've done that, and where did it land me? Not working out any goddamn way. So why am I going to give you a chance today? You cheat on me.
Sorry.
And I find out it's done.
I'm so sorry.
Child or no child, we're done. Because listen, I'm too good of a person if you cheat on. I'm sorry.
You goddamn right.
I'm not sorry.
No, you ain't got to be sorry. I'm with you on that. And it's sad. It's really sad because I feel, while I do say F that baby, I feel for the baby because you know what? They didn't ask for this.
No.
They're going to suffer. So
they're going to suffer a little bit,
There's a show that I've watched. The father had an outside child. But this is before him and the wife actually got married.
Okay.
Still no difference to me. You're in a committed relationship. You have children with the person that you're with and you wind up marrying, but you also had a child outside of that relationship.
But were they together, broken? I mean, all that.
No, he was with the woman that he wound up marrying and they had children with.
Okay.
So he has 3 girls,
Okay.
2 with his wife and 1 with somebody that was outside.
Okay.
His sisters decided to go bring this outside child into the family.
Okay.
To let them know that she exists, she's here, she's part of our family. No matter this child always feels like an outside child.
Yeah.
No matter how anybody tries to make her feel a part of the family, she always knows that she's an outside child.
That's something and it's messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think all these scenarios that we're talking about, these are the things that when you're having issues within your relationship and you decide to step out, you don't think about the downstream effects of your actions. So when you go and you slip into something, you trying to get that gushy and it's good and you love it, and now all of a sudden you done had a baby.
But it could have been a simple conversation. Bitch, I need some ass tonight. I'm tired of you.
Something.
Like, I ain't worth nothing. Whatever you gotta do. Like, don't go step out. Be like, listen, let's have a conversation.
Or just break it up.
I'm just joking. Seriously. Let's have a conversation, babe.
If you gotta cheat, why be together?
Exactly.
You figure it out.
Before you step out, just leave.
That's
Tell me I'm stepping out.
This is not working for me.
I don't want to be here no more. You don't love me. Whatever you gotta say.
Whatever it is.
Don't cheat.
And don't
just
cheat.
leave.
Just leave. And this is so
it's everybody. I mean, it's not gonna say it's not gonna sting and it's not gonna hurt
sting,
at that
but
moment.
it's not a forever thing.
Yeah.
A kid is forever.
Yeah.
A kid is forever. You are tied and you're connected to the person you had the kid with forever until it's just forever, right? So men are not thinking about that. And women, let's be clear, we sometimes have these kids with these cats we don't even fucking know really well. And now we stuck forever, you know? So then you have situations where to your point, where the kid goes into the blended family and then they feel less than because someone ain't making them feel good, you know? And that's a messed up situation. Probably because
you know how you was produced. You know.
Well, not that they may not know, but probably what I was going at. It comes out eventually, but But what ends up happening is probably because the same reason where the guy stepped out or whatever, the girl had the baby, now he's with someone else, and that someone else he's with, she decides, I'm going to accept this. But deep down, and because the kid goes over that house, deep down, she's not feeling the same vibes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because deep down, you're not emoting those same feelings.
You're not going to love on this child the way you're going to love on your own kids. It's just, it's different. How can you? Like, I know.
Some women would argue that you would. I'm just not one of those women.
I know how you came about.
I'm not. I can't do it.
And I'm not going to love you the way I love my kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm never going to be nasty to the child.
I'm not going to be nasty to treat you. I'm not going to abuse you, but...
No, because you need to die if you abuse it. I know I say fuck them kids, but I ain't gonna hurt the kid. No. I just don't have nothing to do with it.
Right, exactly.
So for me, and to be fair,
it's just better
I don't have nothing to do with the kid or him. We're done. Like I don't have to ever see you again. Because see, our kids are grown, so I don't, and I love my husband to death. But if should he do this, listen here, it's over.
So what would you do out there, people? How would you handle the situation? Do you agree with Key?
I'm crazy, but I'm being for real. I'm gonna give it to you real.
Joe and Key on the same page.
Exactly.
Ain't happening.
On the same page of saying just cut the ties and be done with it. And this way you don't have to worry about doing nothing with the kids. But I wouldn't say fuck the kid.
What do you think I mean when I say that? I'm just curious. What do you think I mean?
Like, motherfucker, you had this damn child. Fuck you, this kid, and the baby mama. Fuck all of y'all.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would never harm the baby.
I don't think you would harm the child.
Because I won't even be in proximity to harm the baby.
Wait, I got a question then. So you may have cut it all off, but suppose one of your children wants to continue a relationship.
Guess what?
With the child?
We're saying today this is happening. They are fucking grown.
Do what you want.
Listen, you know I'm never going to project my feelings on my kids. I want them to have their own mind, own independent way of thinking.
And
respect mine. So if they wanted to have a relationship with the baby,
good for them.
Knock themselves out. But guess what? There'll be no fucking Thanksgivings and that child's coming over because your daddy ain't coming over. So you better get used to splitting it up, the holidays, or doing your own thing. Because I told you, I'm moving out the country. With whoever I find, I'm going to move out the country, and I love y'all. But we be doing satellite fucking not your Abidjan.
She's going to be with Francois in Paris.
I don't know, baby. I may be in Ghana, Kenya. I may just be a world traveler. But my kids are grown, so they can do. I'm never gonna like.
Yeah, I think
that's their decision because because they love their dad.
So
I don't expect them to. They love their dad, but they also know their mama crazy.
Right.
They know when I say fuck that baby, I mean that shit. Don't bring that fucking nappy headed kid up in here.
Why the kid gotta be nappy?
Actually, it's probably not nappy because unless the mama baby hair is nappy. Because my man he don't have about nappy hair, but I'm joking. Ain't nothing wrong with no nappy hair because I got a little kitchen myself. But don't bring that little bastard in here.
All hair is beautiful.
All hair is beautiful. You know that. You know that. I feel that. Because I did not say that the hair was bad. You said you had good hair. Nappy hair. The little baby got a little nap. Your mama ain't her. She ain't had home trained. She ain't comb that hair. Sorry.
You said you had good hair.
You say you had good hair. I didn't say that. Okay, don't worry about that. I'm taking it back. Listen, don't bring that drip baby with the wet neck. Your neck probably got milk on it. You ain't wipe it because she don't know how to take care of no baby.
My
got a nasty
God.
neck. Don't bring that baby around me.
Kira in her stories.
I can have an elaborate. I'll make a whole fucking
baby is nappy headed with
a dirty neck.
With a dirty neck. And a wet, soggy diaper.
I cannot. Oh, my God.
Baby probably wearing fitties. Got the lumps and everything.
Unfit.
The mama's unfit.
You done chose to go do a stinky link with an unfit woman.
You're unfit woman. You better go live with her, too. Listen, let me tell you something. It's over. I'm telling you, I'm going out the country. Y'all will know I'm done. It's over. Let's be truthful. The reality is, will I fall out of love with him that fast?
No,
I'm still gonna. It'll take some time for me to be like, damn, I don't love you anymore. You gotta go through all the emotions. But I never loved the kid.
Drink a little bit
I don't care.
Probably exercise heavily.
I might want to stab him. I don't know. I won't kill him. I won't never do nothing to the baby. But he might have to get a little juke here and there just for me to get out my anger. I'm telling you guys, I'm not well. I am not. I do have a problem with anger. It's a sad intestines in me.
Because
I don't know. Who's to say?
Working on
a nigga getting caught in his sleep.
Her anger management. She's working on it.
Here's the deal. All I'm saying is, as I'm talking to the women out there that choose to do what you said and actually accept the kid. You just got to be like, don't half-ass it. So, and I mean that shit because you fucking up the kid worse. I'd rather take me and be like, fuck the kid, and I will never see that baby. I will never have any interaction with that kid. I would wish the baby well because I still fuck that baby. I don't want that. I want nothing to happen. But you women that be faking the funk because y'all accept the baby, but you really don't think 100%, and that kid fucking feels it. So you ain't being 100%.
This goes back to the show that I told you. I was like, if those aunts and the wife said they should have minded their business because it wasn't none of their business. Had they minded their business, this one, and unfortunately, the outside child mother passed.
Okay.
So she don't have.
But that was
she don't have nothing.
why.
So she don't have any. No, they did this before the mother passed. They brought her when she was younger and to bring her around the family. But the reality is the wife don't want no parts of her. She never asked for any parts of her. So to your point, she never asked for any parts of her. But his sisters, interjected and said that she has a right to be a part of this family. They're wealthy family. They're a wealthy family. They very own businesses and all that kind of stuff, right? So they felt the need to say this child needs to be a part of this. But the wife didn't want anything to do with this child.
That's a tough situation. Again.
And she chucked it up, so to speak, because you guys forced this on her, right? And it all blew up and it all came out. Like, I ain't want none of this from the wife,
situation,
which is rightfully so. She decided to stay in the marriage. She never divorced her husband. But he wasn't acknowledging this child. She wasn't acknowledging this child. It was his siblings that did. So
he wasn't involved.
He ain't shit either.
Wow.
He not. But what I'm saying is, had they minded their business, she probably would have went on her life not knowing. Who knows? Maybe she would have found out. But let's just say, for argument's sake, she never found out who her father was. And she would have never had to deal with this always outside feeling by being in the presence of this. Like, the sisters try to make her feel welcome, but you're never gonna feel.
You're never gonna feel that good old. Warmth.
She wasn't gonna feel it because the father wasn't in.
And
the father nor the wife.
So and then you know what, the wife, not for nothing now. Listen, in that scenario, which is very different from the scenario for me. But in that scenario, I think the wife is just kooky too, because
why would you stay?
Why would you still stay with him?
Right.
Why would you stay with a man where even though he did that, he ain't even going to acknowledge his his own kid.
Right.
See, I know my husband, he would acknowledge and he would do the right thing and
Which
be a
is what
father.
Lewis
Exactly.
did
He's going to
in this
do that.
scenario.
So I'm just politely, maybe not politely saying, but I'm just like, get the fuck on and go handle your responsibility.
Because if you want to accept his infidelity, you need to accept his child.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You need to.
Well, no, you do have a point with that. If you do, you do.
Yeah.
So, what kind of woman is she to accept him because he's saying fuck them, that kid.
Yeah.
So
Still,
I wanted to ask a question. Did he say that because in order for him to keep his marriage,
at peace,
he had to stay away from her?
Keep his marriage
but that
at
ain't
peace.
right.
Yes.
That's not right.
It's not
So
right.
it's like an all or nothing for me. Like like I would never
It's still to your point leads me to believe like why would I be with a man who could just walk away
I would not.
from his responsibility
No.
But
of
she's
another
making-
human
that ain't
being
right.
that
That's
she
not
won't
right.
away from his
That's not right.
And
She's
he
not
felt-
making him.
That's what I
She gave him all. She gave him all. No,
she can't make him.
she can't make
He's
him
making
do
that
anything.
own choice
She can
himself.
tell him, "I don't want nothing to do with you, this child."
Yeah.
She might
And
influence
you
the decision.
decide what you want to do, but I don't want no parts of it. So he decide not to bring this child around to make his wife happy. But that's a choice that he made.
No, he made the choice. She might have helped him influence, but he ultimately makes the decisions.
And he could have been said, "Listen, like same way Lewis said, I'm not gonna not be a father to this child.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a father to my child. Now you gonna stick around or not?" And she could have said, "I ain't sticking around. Fuck you, motherfucker. Get out."
And that's what. But she didn't want to do that.
She didn't want to do that.
So
The
yeah.
response was beautiful. You think I give a fuck? Yo, that was the best. That was the best.
Yeah.
Listen, all we can say, if y'all have not watched this show,
You have to.
you have to watch this show. We're not obsessed for no reason because,
That's
like we
good.
said, good writing, great acting, good
It's thought provoking.
storyline.
Like, look at us. We're like debating what we would do in those scenarios. And
Yeah.
and listen, I applaud Jax, even though I think we won't know until hopefully a season. I don't know if it hopefully gets picked up, but we won't know what would become of it. But
Of their relationship.
because of what happened.
Yeah.
But it's just a thought-provoking tale, and I think it also speaks to real-life scenarios that actually
And
occur.
the strength of
Yeah.
some people. Some people it takes strength to stay and it takes strength to leave.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a match and
Ain't
you're in
no
a
shit.
unit,
How you think? Wait.
Ain't
because
no
it's not
strength.
easy to
What do you
walk
mean,
away.
To leave.
Yeah.
Yes. If you love someone, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Well, you don't love
Absolutely
somebody
does.
today and not love them tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not.
It takes strength.
So it takes strength.
You don't.
to leave.
So let's
think
unpack
about what
that.
they built together.
You think about like it does.
they got kids.
It does take strength.
a
You may
lot.
be angry,
Yeah.
but it's like, damn, like even my scenario, like if what I painted, you're
Yeah.
talking about over 30 years together.
Yeah.
That takes a lot for me to be like, I'm gonna be angry,
unwind
but I'm gonna be,
shit
and I'm still
yeah.
gonna love him. Even the day I juke him, I'm a juke him in
I
love.
love you, but
Exactly.
He gotta hurt.
you didn't.
Yes. Yes.
You hurt me.
I ain't gonna kill him. I ain't gonna touch a major artery.
Yeah.
But my point
say
is,
strength.
but it takes strength. Like you're not throwing that away just like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we just gonna have to depart, and it's gonna take some time, like to your point, to unwind all of that. But it does take strength, though. It takes a lot to just if you could just walk away without feeling anything, you wasn't in love.
Right.
You didn't love
Yeah,
the person.
But that's not no.
How you
because
figure?
I've always been a firm believer in next. So yeah, I may be hurting, but it ain't gonna be
No,
to
this
the
is-
point. No,
we talk. No, if you let me put it to you this way. I'm gonna put it to you this way.
Dick. I'm sorry.
If you said hurt dick.
yes.
Yeah, no. If you put it this way, if you had the opportunity to experience love the way I have experienced love, there is no just a quick next. Not the way. If you true love like that, it doesn't just work that way. Now, will I go out and date and find the next person?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to convey here
always
is
get
that.
overwhelmed.
But
with
you're not
being
ready.
another-
No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's a
If you
wrong
had the
way of
opportunity to
thinking.
really truly experience love,
That's a wrong way of
that's
thinking.
not. No, you're not gonna. That's all temporary. Sex is
under
temporary.
somebody else or
I'm
laying
not
on
just
top of
talking
somebody
about
else.
Sex. I've been in love.
No, but then if you
It's not yours, but I have been in love.
in true love fashion, you're not gonna move like that, Joe.
You
I'm
don't.
telling you, it don't. You know, and here I don't think. Hear what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying is you can find the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
What is that? What is that? That next person.
But get the other person out of your system. Like you
So
always
can
gonna
fully
be yes.
be engaged and involved with that
Yes.
person because there's no way for you to move on to the next when you're not over the last.
Mm-mm.
So saying there's always, it's a true statement that there is always a next, but it's not immediately. So yes, you say it's done. I strongly, I don't know why people don't do this, but it's very important to me that you take time to heal and get over, because you're not going to be no good to the next person.
No, you bring in your baggage.
And that person may be all the person that you needed.
But you miss out on it because you bring in your shit.
You bringing all that other bullshit that you had with the previous person, because you have not gotten over that.
Then you start, now because of the cheating, now you looking at the dude sideways and, is any little thing you think it's something when it may not be anything.
Everybody else deserves, the next person deserves their fair chance to do right or fuck up. Whatever.
I may have thought like that back then, but I don't think like that now. So
yeah, that's okay. That's
cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is a non-fucking starter for me. Yeah, there's no way. I'm not. Yeah, no.
Done and done.
Done and done.
And that's where I'm at today. Like I said, I've been in a relationship and married before marriage and marriage and accepted infidelity more than once. So I felt like at that time I probably would have accepted that situation because of who I was at that time and my thought process and thinking and wanting to make things work or whatever. Yeah. But today, a much stronger person. I value myself a lot more. Absolutely not. It's like, bye. Take you and your baby be gone.
Yep. Pretty much.
I was going to say the baby. Take the baby with you.
That's not what she was going to say, but...
Don't come around these parts no more.
You and that baby could get the F on. And I'm serious.
Yeah.
No. Because, like I said...
But what would you do? Kids were not grown.
Okay. Give me age ranges. Let's be specific. Because it does make a difference.
None of your kids had graduated from high school yet.
Yeah. Elementary, middle school.
Okay, so... I have 4, so we have a 6-year gap. So we're talking. So if the top 2 were
we're not bringing that elementary, middle school. I don't care how many kids you got.
Elementary, middle school.
Yes,
they still have to have some involvement with their dad. How would you navigate that?
Well, first of all, he's got to get out.
Right.
He's gonna have to tell the kids. And I'm gonna also be vocal on
how you feel,
how I feel in a way. I'm not gonna say fuck that kid to them, because those ages they may not understand. Everything changes. We're not doing the whole Thanksgiving at my house with him. Because I'm done with you. Yeah. So you do your own shit at your house. Yeah. Christmas, you have the kids. They're going to stay with me for Christmas morning and go to you for Christmas afternoon. However he wants to intermingle and commingle my kids with his new kid, he can rock on with that.
As long as I don't witness anything.
Not in my house.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's not in my house. So there'll be separate scenarios and separate things. And that's just how we have to roll.
Nope, I agree. I agree, because it's like, now, when they become adults, it's different. Y'all have y'all relationship.
They're over there.
Y'all can figure that out. But when they're not kids, there's still some collaboration or whatever, figuring scheduling and all that kind of stuff that has to happen.
And I will let them figure, like, they need to, if they want to bond with their sister or brother, then that, I would never want to take that away from them.
Okay.
I'm not going to ever do that. If they want to do that,
don't come home and talk to me about.
Don't come back. Oh, I'm having a party and I want to invite the sister, or the brother. You're gonna have.
But what if they want to come and say, "Mommy, my sister Kayla, she did X, Y, and Z." What would you do?
With me?
They want to talk to you about the baby. They want to talk about their
children. Talk to you. Go call your daddy.
So this
may have nothing to do with it. I don't want to even know.
Well, your kids want to talk to you.
Same scenario, but you guys have already splitting up. As a few years down the road, you seeing someone else, he probably remarried someone and they had a child together. Would you still have that same feeling in that situation about a child that he has
later on down, because we already split up?
Yeah.
Well, we were already a done deal. So that's that
you probably don't have no interaction anyway.
Yeah, it's a different scenario. So I have my set of kids with him. We're done. He already had a new family. Hell, I might even have a new family.
But even if y'all done, so you mean to tell me they wouldn't be?
I don't need, but so it gets so complicated, right? So and you listen, guys, you're talking to. I'm a woman that don't have no blended nothing. So naturally, I'm gonna have some selfish dialogue here, right? Because I don't live that life. So for me, we're done. The Thanksgivings and all that stuff. It's like, okay, kids, Thanksgiving with mommy. Okay, go to your daddy. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Like, we're not coming over. We're not doing this big thing. I don't want to do that.
Right?
I don't want to do it.
I can speak to that. me and my kids' dads was apart.
Mm-hmm.
He has other children, but we were already apart when he had these children.
Uh-huh.
When it came to celebrating things for my kids, like graduations, before my kids graduated high school, my youngest one, I should say, the other two probably was graduated high school or close to graduating high school at this time. And we probably wasn't having a civil relationship at the time, so it didn't even matter. But when my youngest one graduated, probably was on the verge of having some sort of civility in our communication and relationship. So when we took her out to lunch for her graduation, it was myself, our 3 kids, his 2 kids with her, and her at the lunch. So we did do those things.
Okay.
But it wasn't because this was something that happened while we were together.
No, I know that. That's why I was posing the question.
No,
was your attitude toward children outside of you guys' relationship, would you still have those same feelings?
I just feel like I don't. If we're not together, like why do I don't have to interact with you?
And I think it's
you know what I'm saying?
It's time period. Like again, my kids now as adults, for instance, something was happening and my son asked me would I come to the house to celebrate or something. And I'm like, I don't feel the need to be there now. You guys are all adults and you guys can do that on your own. I don't need to be there. Not for that specific thing. If it has nothing to do with you guys specifically, I don't have to be there. It comes down to if my daughter wasn't graduating middle school going into high school, that scenario probably would not have happened. Probably with a different outcome. But when now they're adults, we still have a civilized relationship, but we don't need to be in each other's presence like that for our kids' sake. Now, okay, when our children decide to get married and have children, different story.
Well, that's probably the only. Let me tell you something. That's the only time I'm gonna see his ass. For me, if we're broken up, and like you said, now the different scenario. He's got his own family. I may have my own family. It sucks for our kids.
Yeah,
it's gonna suck for our kids. But I'm gonna be like, you have to spend time with your dad. And then and then I'm gonna be with whoever I'm with, and that sucks. But I don't want that. To me, I just don't want, because I'm not gonna be looking up in his face. I ain't gonna be looking at her face. And she may be cool. I just don't give a fuck. When I see this, is the thing with
guys were there for Courtney's Sweet 16.
They were, and it was cool, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It could be real cool. But I just think for me, like when I cut you off, it's fucking for real. Like, do your thing, and my kids, I think all of my kids know me enough to know that, and I used to, even when they were younger, I would dose stuff out as much as they could take at that age, but I'm not like, go be with your dad. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing the big all together type shit. I just don't care about that.
I mean, I've had a lot of flavors of every situation. Like when things was not civil on those holidays,
that's hard.
They start out with me in the morning, and then they go with him in the afternoon, bring him back home. So I've had all different flavors of those situations. So yeah, it depends on, I think it also depends on where you're at in your maturity. Depends on where the kids at in their age groups. It depends, like there's a lot of different layers. Of
it is, you're right.
Yeah, that you can do it, because I've touched on all the flavors that I think we've talked about here outside of the child outside of marriage.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've dealt with a lot of the other things here. So
I asked because in the situation of the show, yes, I couldn't have done that. But if we have already splitting up, as years down the road, we have a civil relationship, and there was situations where my kids have developed a relationship with the kids he has now, and they wanted to have like a family dinner or something, I would be open to it. I wouldn't be nasty in that realm, because
I don't need to be there.
The only scenario I can think about, and I still probably wouldn't show up, is like now the kids are older, they're out of the house. A couple of the kids are out of the house, and let's say if my husband has stepped out and had a kid, and now let's say growing up they were befriending and loving on their sister or brother, and now they have their own apartment, and they're saying, "Hey, Ma, I'm gonna have like a little shindig, and I'm inviting, the brother or the little sister, whoever, over. Would you come by?" I think my kids know me enough now to know they're not going to invite me, because they know
they would keep everything separate.
Just keep it. I'm not like, have your fun with your brother and sister. Love your brother and sister.
Yeah,
I don't have to.
I don't need to be there. Like I don't need to be there if it's not something that's a life-changing event. And when I mean like my children now getting married or my children now having kids of their own. I don't need to be a part of anything else at this point. Like, we've done enough. I felt like when we got to a space of being civil and making good for our kids, we both did our part there. So we did the things that we needed to do in terms of celebrating their milestones of graduating high school, college, and all those things. So we don't need to intermingle outside of that until those
they get married. The next chapter,
next chapter things happen.
But they have their kids,
and we're still
and all
civil
that
to this
stuff.
day. We still have a very cordial relationship. That has nothing to do with anything. But we are not together anymore. So it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
And it sucks because, you know, the kid outside, like I said, it's what I'm saying is totally not fair to the child. Yeah. And I acknowledge that. And again, I wish no harm. Yeah. I just don't have to interact. Yeah. And I choose not to. Yeah. And it's not my responsibility to even love that child. And I don't have to.
You don't have to. That's all within your rights.
You know, I'm not, I don't want, we're good. When I tell you, when I cut you, I'm fucking done. Like, no.
She's done. She's done.
So, but again, like I said, the women that are different, don't have my take, just make sure you're 120% in, because
it's a lot.
It's a lot. And if you're gonna love on him, you better love that kid
too.
200%.
It's almost the same way when you say, like you said, you chose not to date guys who already had kids. When you date somebody who have kids, man or woman, it's a full package.
That's correct.
You got to accept the whole thing or nothing at all.
Yes. Yes.
So it's the same.
It's the same thing. You have to accept, and I just know I ain't got it. I don't have enough love in me
to share.
To love myself and love you. Now you want me to love your too?
To love me and love my kids, and then have to share that with someone else. No.
I don't care enough.
It's a lot.
I'm just not doing it.
I mean, I know if today was a certain situation, the likelihood of you meeting somebody who don't have kids is very different than back then. Also, they might be in the same situation as you, as their kids are grown. And your kids are grown. So that's totally different.
That's the thing. Right? So case in point, real quick though, this is a different scenario. So let's say Rich and I broke up. Our kids are grown.
Yeah.
He goes, and now I meet somebody who has kids. They're grown. Okay, fine. But like,
it's just y'all.
It's just us. Like, I don't, and again,
you still gotta accept, but it's a different way of accepting.
But I don't have to be in their face.
Right.
The dinners, like, I know you big on that stuff. Like, if at this age that I'm at, and his kids are my kids' age, we don't have to do all of those dinner things.
No,
like,
I would. Well,
you know what I'm saying? I know, but I'm just painting for me. Like, in my situation, like, we don't got to do those.
We can do our own.
We could do him and I, and then when you done, you go
do anything with my kids.
And that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know my kids ain't gonna fuck with you anyway. You know what I'm saying? They got a daddy, so let's just let's
not make things complicated.
Let's not make it complicated. Like, I'm only one. I'm a mother to 4, no more.
Exactly.
Maybe get a couple of fur babies in there, but that's about it. And that shit is wearing thin. So, you know, like, my you know, for real, like, it's my kids, and that's that, and rock on. And I could be in a relationship with someone just with them, and that's that. Like, I don't know. And maybe, guys, I'll mature in the next decade. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel different. But this is how I feel now. Everybody could get that.
It's all right. It is all right, girl.
Sorry.
It's all right, girl.
That note. But I'm happy for those that can actually know. Real talk, though. Shout out to the women that are really super strong, that accept those babies and love on those babies and be the mom and everything. You laughing? No, I'm fucking for real. No, for real. Shout out to the women that actually do that and can do it. And I'll use for you as an example. When I went to the Sweet 16, it was a beautiful sight. Like, and I was like, yo, my girl, she's strong. You know what I'm saying? So for real, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful sight. So I know I said fuck them kids and everything, but what I
That's why I'm laughing.
No, it was a beautiful sight. I'm just saying I don't have that amount of maturity, that amount of. I done told y'all with the jokes I don't got it. I'm not that mature like that. I'm very quick to say F this and F that, and that's that. So shout out to the women though that can do it and they give it effortlessly. You know, so this is just a lovely thing, and those are the women that can actually love that baby as their own, because sometimes they do, some of them. So shout out to those women that can do that, and I'm just not that person.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, I always say the kids are innocent. So like in my situation, even though it didn't happen during our
Right.
marriage, those kids were innocent
They
to
are.
me. They're my kids' siblings at the end of the day. They love them. I won't say like anything like to that capacity, but I do treat them, you know, like they're kids.
You're good. You're good, man.
I'm gonna treat them good. I'm not gonna harm these kids.
No harm.
Anything.
See,
You know,
what I hate when
I won't
when
be mean to them. I won't be none of that stuff. Like they come up to me, they say hi.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, you know, a thing of what do they call you, Miss Janine, Miss Lewis, or whatever. They call me Janine.
See,
It's fine.
see, I'm trying to, and I love that. For me, I'm trying to be in a situation where you don't gotta call me at all. I am not gonna be in your. You don't have to call. It's okay, girl. On that note, because I will be all right tonight. Don't call.
You said don't call.
Don't call. Have a good one, guys.
Dang, our glasses are empty.
Like and subscribe. I'm sorry, I'm crazy. Like and subscribe. Sorry.